Hello students, welcome to the second section of the poetry As a Son, My Daughter, which is composed by Sampurna Chatterjee, and it is also prescribed for third semester BSc students in their general English syllabus by Bangalore North University. In this session, we are going to cover the definition of poetry, forms of poetry, that is different kinds of poetry, and definition of feminism, and we also study some of the Indian feminist poets. Let's begin with defining poetry. The definition of the poetry goes like this. Poetry is a form of literature, a collection of words that express an emotion or idea. Poetry gives voice to the inner lives of its writers and their experiences of the world. It often employs rhythm, or that is rhyme, and meter, a set of rules governing the number and arrangement of syllables in each line. Poetry was once written according to very strict rules of meter and rhyme, and each culture had its own rules. For example, Anglo-Saxon poets had their own rhyme schemes and meters, while Greek poets and Arabic poets had others. Although these classical forms are still widely used today, modern poets frequently do away with rules altogether. Their poems generally do not rhyme and do not fit any particular meter. These poems, however, still have a rhythmic quality and seek to create beauty through their words. Let's see other definition of poetry. In poetry, words are strung together to form sounds, images, and ideas that might be too complex or abstract to describe directly. And poetry requires creativity, emotion, artistic quality, and logic. Let's see the main purpose of the poetry. The purpose of the poetry is to express ideas, feelings, and emotions. Let's see the different types of poetry. First comes sonnet. Sonnet is a relatively short poem consisting of 14 lines. Derives from Italian word sonetto, which means a little or small song. Next one is ode. This is a poem of nobling feelings expressed with a dignity and praises for person, objects, events, or ideas. Third in the list is narrative poetry. This is type of poetry that describes personal experience, feelings, and thoughts. Next, move to the epic. Epic is a long narrative poem that normally tells a story about hero or adventures of heroes. In India, we have two epics. One is Ramayana, where Rama is a hero. Another one is Mahabharata, the greatest epics ever we have in our India. Next one is haiku. Haiku is a Japanese poem consists of 17 syllables, which is written in 575 syllables in 3 lines. Next one is elegy. Elegy is a lyrical poem which expresses the lament and mourning for the dead. Next and the last one here is ballad. Ballad is also tells story like epic poems. However, ballad poetry is often based on a legend or a folk tale. Most of the ballads are written in 4 to 6 stanzas and has a regular rhymes and rhyme schemes. Before moving to feminist poetry, let's know the definition of feminist. The word feminist comes from feminism. It is a belief that women and men should have equal rights and opportunities. It is organized activity on behalf of women's rights and interest. Other words which is associated with feminist are feminism, feminine, or even you can include female. So feminist poetry is written by women, about women, and sometimes for women. Let's see, feminist poetry promotes and elaborates on feminist principles and ideas. And sometimes feminist poetry seeks to embody specific women's experiences, race, gender, presentations, disability, etc. Many feminist movements, however, have embraced poetry as a vehicle for their communicating with public audience through poetry. Formally, feminist poetry often seeks to challenge assumptions about language and meaning. Let's see the most gifted women poets in India who had contributed much to Indian poetry. In the list, we can say Toru Dutt, Kamala Das, Sarojini Naidu, Mahadevi Verma, Balamani Amma, Amrita Pritam, and Subhadra Kumari. So when we come to the 21st feminist writers, we can have a list of Kamala Das, Udipana Goswami, Andita Sen Gupta, Sharanya Mani Waman, Aditi Rao, Meena Kandaswamy, Rupi Kaur, and many more. Let's briefly study about some of the Indian feminist poets. First in the list is Aditi Rao. Aditi Rao is a writer, teacher, activist, and a potter. Aditi Rao has authored 2 poetry collections and is a winner of several awards and fellowships. Aditi's poems dwell on the female experience, the griefs, wounds, and exhilaration that women have been conditioned to suppress. Thus, following a catharsis to take place on the page, Girls Talk is a part of her latest anthology of poems, a kind of freedom song which has been hailed from its astounding vulnerability. Next in our list is Meena Kandaswamy. Meena Kandaswamy is a poet, writer, activist, and translator. Her work maintains a focus on caste, annihilation, linguistic identity, and feminism. She has published 2 collections of poetry, Touch and Miss Militancy. Another poet in our list is Kamala Das. Kamala Das was a major Indian English poet. She is noted for the fairy poems and explicit autobiography. Her open and honest treatment of female sexuality, free from any sense of guilt, infused her writings with power. Rupi Kaur is a poet and an artist. Throughout her poems and photography, illustrations, and creative directions, she engages with the themes of femininity, love, loss, trauma, and healing. Let's move to the multiple choice questions based on this session. The poetry is dash. It's a form of literature filled with emotions and ideas, often employs rhymes, all of the above. The answer is all of the above. 14-line poem is called, the 14-line poem is called sonnet. Dash is a Japanese 17-syllable poem. Haiku is a Japanese 17-syllable poem. The feminist poetry consists of dash elements. The feminist poetry consists of elements like women's experiences, race and gender presentations, women identity. And the answer is all of the above. Which of the following is not a feminist writer? Here we can take Twinkle Khanna as not a feminist writer. Well, coming to the end of the session, we can see that in this session we have studied about the poem we came to know the definition of poem, and we also study the types of poetry. When we see the quotation quoted by William Wordsworth about poetry, he writes, "Poetry is spontaneous overflow of the powerful feelings." Poem also literary attempts to share personal experiences and feelings. We have seen the types of poetry, that is ballad and epic poetry, describe personal experience, feelings and thought. Elegy, haiku, ode and sonnet are lyrical poems which are intended to be sung. Whereas narrative poetry is one of the type of poetry that describes personal experience, feelings and thoughts. And we also studied feminist poetry, that is inspired by, promotes or elaborates on feminist principles and ideas. And we had listed out some of the modern feminist poets, Indian modern feminist poets. And feminist poetry mainly concerned with women rights and women equality in patriarchal society. So all these things we have studied in this session. Now this is the time to say goodbye. We'll meet in our next session. Thank you for listening.